Welcome back to my jankiest YouTube series. We have gone back to the Amazon return store, the bin store, if you want to call it that. And just like the other episodes in this series, we're going to be looking at 10 items, all kind of random from the bin store, each of which I paid $3 for. I am going to be grabbing kind of randomly. I've been splitting the items that I buy into like trash bags. It's actually what they give the items to you in. I've just been splitting them at 10 items per bag, random crap in them. It's been a while. I don't remember like half the things that I've purchased. Yes. Again, I am a card channel, and this could be useful. Maybe. Yeah, so it's acid-free, card pages, but it's not really meant for cards. It's meant for almost like photos. We'll see. So my question was, would these work for hard-sleeved cards? And the problem is, yes, they would definitely fit hard-sleeved cards, but I wouldn't use it for that. Specifically because I can already tell by looking at it, this is one of the sleeves right here, there isn't any kind of like flap to seal them. It's just an open flap, you put the thing in and it's good to go. You can't really do that with hard-sleeved cards because obviously they have some weight to them, and even if you don't tilt the binder upside down, if you just kind of... I've had the issue with using pages like this. You just turn the page, you'll have a card fly out the top. They have to have some sort of flap on the top. Ultra Pro makes pages for that. However, I do actually use pages like this because I keep... trying to think of the right word this. I keep certain packs. I keep one of each artwork for each set. I fill them up with energies, and I try to preserve them really well. And I put them in pages like this that go into a binder. But I actually use like a little glue dot thing to close that shut. Designed for K-pop idol photo cards. It says it's good for standard trading cards. I don't agree. That is a massive thing to put a single card in. It even says like baseball, football cards, game cards like Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon, yada yada. I'm sure with my collection crap, these will be useful eventually. Oh god, I forgot about this one. Tobi from the Naruto. Yeah, it's a Tobi Mask. I have to assume this thing is at least over $3, right? The main reason I bought this is I am a Naruto fan, as is my girlfriend, but there's also a child in my life who is a Naruto fan, and this was probably more than likely going to go to him. It is decently large size. Time to see if it fits. The issue is I can't wear my glasses with this thing. I guess wearing the hat kind of ruins it too, right? I mean, Tobi's hair is kind of all messed up anyways. Does this improve the visuals going on here? Does this improve the audio quality? Let's do the next item like this. This is actually what I'm really interested in. We're not going to do the whole item like this. It's really hard to see. Where are my glasses? I don't want to destroy those. So this was a interesting little find. Looking for electronics and stuff is always a kind of bigger thing with this. There's actually a small hole in the bag. In this bag there was a cable, and this mask keeps trying to fall lower and lower on my face. Oh, I just punched my top camera. That's not too good. This mask is going to ruin this video, and it's like pressing against my throat now. But I saw a cable. I have to do this to see now. I saw a cable in a bag, and I thought there must be something electronic in here. But this thing is like super thin, so what the hell could it be? I am taking this off. Holy God. I feel like the issue is that I was talking, and so as I would talk, my jaw would kind of kick the mask down more. Anyways, I ended up reading the label on it, which is kind of hard to do because it's actually not this label that I was reading. It was the one underneath, and I had to kind of shift it around. But if it is what I think it is, this could be useful for some of my girlfriend's art projects. I don't know if I would really have a use for it, but the label itself, and I don't know if it'll show on here, says that it's an ultra-thin A4, which A4, if you're wondering, is a standard for paper size. I do believe it's actually like the standard sheet of paper size. I am burning up now. Stenciling X-ray viewing. So I'm assuming that this is just like a panel that has lights that go through it. But if it's bright enough and good enough, there's a chance that you could essentially trace things out, which I could see my girlfriend having use for. She does like drawing on her. This looks cracked. I'm not sure if it's going to show on the main camera. I'll try it up here. Hopefully it's not broken. She does like stuff on her drawing tablet and stuff, so I don't really know if this would ever actually really be useful to her, especially if that actually is a crack. But I guess we'll go test this thing out. I feel like these low quality in the field recordings are like my favorite part of these videos. Anyways, here's the thing. Yes, it's cracked, but it didn't break it. It's a lot brighter than it looks on camera. If I just kind of turn off these two lights, like this thing has some light output behind it. Like honestly, it can be used decently just for lighting a background. So for example, here is a random drawing of Mew that my girlfriend did. I set it down on the thing, and bam, you can see the Mew. But then if you were trying to like copy that, you can put other paper over it, and there's enough light that you can still see the little fella. So yeah, this thing actually works pretty well. I think there's like more than one lightness level. Like you can like to hold it down. No, holding it down powers it off, right? No, okay, that makes it really dull. And then really bright again, and I think just tapping it turns it off. Yeah, so there's like 2 brightness levels. It's kind of neat. It's also weird that it takes so long for it to brighten up. But okay, yeah, it works. So here we have a USB computer microphone. Obviously, I don't have a use for it. Oh, it's red. This thing's fancy. Huh, it actually adds a little bit of style to your desk. Okay, this arm isn't terrible. Let's take this little filter off. Ugh, that looks cheap. I don't know how well it's showing up there. Maybe you guys can get a better view. Like, it's just 2 little holes there. I was expecting to see raw, microphone there. This is interesting, I'll say. It is a very fancy looking cheap microphone. It is nice that it came with a little pop filter thing on there. I don't really know if that qualifies as a pop filter. It probably has a similar effect. Very light, I'll say that. There is a button here so you can power on and off. So you can actually mute yourself, and it's just the USB. So here I'm here right now. I'm going to test this. All right. Sorry for bad quality. Obviously, it's going to be. I'm using bad quality microphone. But yes, all the audio should be recorded through this. It's hooked up to my PC currently. I'm guessing right now it's way too close. It looks like it's definitely peaking a bit. If I'm just gonna set it down on my desk, it's a little bit off frame. I don't know, audio quality, you guys give your opinion. What is our next item in the bag of mystery? Oh, this one's really exciting. This is the most exciting thing in here. There's some things that I buy at that store that you guys don't see in these videos. There are some things that are either like useful to me right then, or I'm like, why the hell did I throw this in a video? Like I said, I was getting bags together of 10 items each in order to do these videos, and one of the bags would have only had 9. I had bought zip ties for $3 at the bin store. 120 black zip ties. This video is supposed to have 10 items, so here are the zip ties. I know, complete cop-out. I needed to get this video done. It's literally just a deck box. My biggest thing I was curious about is how much it's actually worth. It's like a pink scaly deck box. Okay, I'm just destroying the packaging. That's fine. I don't need the packaging. It's made by Legion Dragon Hide. I'm guessing Legion is the people who make it. I can't say I've heard of Legion, even though I swear I've seen that box before. But this thing seems to be decent quality, so you lift the flap up, and bam, you have like the Legion logo there. Interesting. Wow, that is extremely soft material. Well, your cards would probably be pretty safe in this thing. But aside from that, there isn't like a divider or anything in here. A lot of the times their deck boxes will come with at least like 1 or 2 dividers in case you have like more than one deck, or a lot of the times you'll have cards that you'll substitute depending on what you're doing and yada yada, and so you have a divider to separate it. It's weird that it doesn't come with one. Even like cheap deck boxes tend to come with those. Aside from that, this is really good quality. These scale things are actually, like textured on there. Super soft fabric on the inside, so I don't know. It's not a bad little deck box. But yeah, this is specifically the Legion Dragonhide Powerful Protection Horde V2. Holds 100 double-sleeved cards. Alright, this is sort of like a mainstay I do on this channel, on this series, but a bit different. A lot of the time, one of the things I like to do is buy these like boxes that don't have any kind of label as to what's inside. This one does, but I still didn't understand what the hell it was. Again, girlfriend's always looking for art crap, so this might work. I don't know. It says it is a 16 pieces, 3-inch round CL ... frame painting art craft. So let's find out. Let's see if I can even tell what it is. We've certainly ran into that issue before, if you go watch the last video. Where I bought something and just didn't know what the hell it was supposed to be used for. Okay. It's a bunch of these little acrylic circles. It looks like... Yeah. So it's just these acrylic circles. Now, it looks scratched up and all that. Both of these tabs peel off, and it, removes the protective layer, and it looks clean underneath there. I don't know what they'd be used for. Maybe you can, like, press things between them or something? I don't know. But yeah, bunch of acrylic circles that you can use for all of your acrylic needs. Alright, the last three should all be fun for all different reasons. This is probably a favorite of mine to pick up. I'm sure you have seen videos on these little guys. Flashdrive scammers. People, a lot of the times on Amazon, you'll find them. You'll even find them, from what I've heard, on Newegg and, of course, on like AliExpress and your other like Chinese shops. This is the most generic packaging I think I've ever seen for a flash drive. It also looks like ancient generic packaging at that. But if you can't tell right there on the front, it claims to be a 1 terabyte flash drive. Now, those aren't some super rare, impossible thing that they exist. I don't believe that this is going to be a terabyte. So, as far as branding, it says that it's USB 2.0, which is crazy for it being a 1 terabyte drive. But then here it says it's USB 3.0. So, right there, USB 3.0. Right there on the back, USB 2.0. Maybe that's the brand? There isn't really actual like branding on this thing. So the plan is, I know that there are programs out there that are meant to test these to see if it's a fake drive, if it's lying about the amount of storage space that it has. Because you can actually buy flash drives that when you plug it in, or hard drives or anything else, it looks like it's the right size. It looks like it is what it advertised here. But then what it actually does is when you fill up what it actually has on it, it starts deleting your old stuff and hope that you don't notice it soon enough for you to be able to return the item. Oh, wow! It's advertised for Windows XP. Let me get these stickers off of here. This is like buying a old game from GameStop where it just has like 300 layers of stickers on it. Like, it is just sticker after sticker layered on top of each other here. I said the marketing looked ancient. Literally, it says operating system compatibility, Windows XP /2000 Professional /Home Edition, Windows ME, Windows 98 SE, Windows 98, Mac OS 9 and higher. So is it 2.0 or 3.0? I don't think 3.0 even existed back when they would be making stuff for Windows XP. Alright, so I'm just doing a quick recording right now. I will actually properly screen record this whenever it's done. But you can see here on screen I'm using a really nice USB tester from vconsole.com. They seem to be pretty trustworthy. But you can see it thinks that it's 999,999 megabytes, which is, just shy of a terabyte, quite literally. But if you look down there at the bottom, it thinks that it's going to take another 15.5 hours. But I'm going to do my due diligence and let this thing run. Okay, I apologize about bad microphone quality. I'm running it raw with no filters. It's a long story. So anyways, we can see here, it's the next day. I just woke up. It has been 20 hours since this started. I realize I'm not capturing the mouse. Whoops. But there's 21 hours remaining now. It's only gotten longer. You can see down here at the bottom, all of these green sectors are all ones that they found as good, all good blocks. But then all of the yellow, it is reading as recoverable write error. So what I'm assuming is that a fatal error means that it isn't recoverable. That section is completely dead. But since it's saying that it's recoverable, it likely means that those yellow sectors are actually just the green ones being written over again and again. As in, when you drag files to it, you're just going to be overwriting all of your old files instead of actually adding new ones to the drive. Now, personally, I don't have the time and the patience needed to finish this test. I already have this video fully edited aside from this part, and I need to get this video out. So sadly, we won't get to know what the actual storage size is. However, I did look up some more interesting things. So first off, we can see here that the first ever 1 terabyte flash drive was released in 2013 by Kingston. I looked more into it. It's actually like a collab between Kingston and HyperX. They say here that it's worth over $1,000. They were actually selling a drive that was half this for $1,300. So I think it was expected to be around like $2,000 for the 1 terabyte, but that was in 2013. This drive was advertising Windows XP as the newest operating system at the time. If we go here, we can see that Windows XP was released in 2001, Professional in 2005, Vista in 2007, Windows 7 in 2009, Windows 8 in 2012, 8.1 in 2013, which means that this drive, this drive right here was released during the era of Windows 8.1 and just before the release of Windows 10. So if there's actually a 1 terabyte drive being sold around this time, it would have been advertising Windows 8, Windows 7, Windows 10 if that had already been announced, as I assume it was. But it's advertising Windows XP, so at the latest it could be 2006. So then we get here to the USB flash drive timeline. We can see here that flash drives went from 8 megabytes to 500 megabytes in 2003. If we go all the way up to 2007, the release year of Vista, the maximum size was 32 gigabytes. I'm guessing that this thing is probably just a standard 4 gig drive. Maybe it's like a 32 at max, but this is the release year of Vista. I would assume that we're even further back, which is back when the highest was 4 gigs. That's why I'm really heavily leaning into this is just a 4 gig drive. But then finally, I found it here on Amazon. Now you're probably wondering, well, yeah, it looks the same. It's, the exact same looking thing, but not the package and all of that, right? First off, I'm going to show you this is the exact same drive. However, what does upset me is that it does have this high of a rating. Yes, it is a 3.3. Should you buy something on Amazon electronic-wise that is this low rated? No. Also, entirely overpriced. I mean, if it was a 1 terabyte, that is an extremely good deal, but So you can see the reviews. First off, it looks like this page used to be used to sell this. Kind of funny looking thing, haha, thumb drive. And that's probably where a lot of their high reviews came from, is them selling this thing, and then they swap it out for this. Because there's not even like other versions of this drive like you'll find on Amazon. It's just this one on this listing. It looks like they changed it, they swapped it out to use the high reviews from when they were selling probably a legitimate product to this. But this review for this exact device, you can see right there, kind of says it all. Claims this is USB 3, but the USB connector is black, not blue. Now, that's not to say that that isn't impossible. I'm sure that there are 3.0 devices that do use the wrong color connector. I don't think it's that common. But then it says, package talks about compatibility with Windows 98, Windows 2, and Windows 2K. Just how old are these things? The exact thing I was thinking when I saw that package is advertising these old versions of Windows. So, now it's time for the big theory. My guess is that these things were mass-produced back during that time of Windows XP and all of that, and then they still just have a giant stock of them left. Maybe pallets were found full of these things, as crates full of these flash drives, and, well, that's more things that they can sell, so they list them, as 1 terabyte drives, and just throw them out there in the wild in all this old packaging, hoping to scam more and more people. But of course, the flash drive scam industry is nothing new. If it's not something that you've heard of before, hopefully this kind of wakes you up a little bit to realize that it's not just flash drive. You have this with the SD cards, you have this with hard drives, with SSDs. When you buy these things online, you need to make sure that you're buying from an actual reputable brand. And if you're still worried that the one you bought isn't good, there's more versions of software than this out there. I actually found some others during my searching. They're free to use. You can test them out. It might take a while. It shouldn't take this long, the 20 hours remaining, but you can confirm if your drive is real or not. But cool, this probably took up the longest amount of any of the 10 items in the video, but this kind of stuff just really interests me, and I've never bought a fake size flash drive before because I already knew about the issues in the industry and I've already been very careful about it. but I was really interested to see what would happen, and honestly, I'm considering keeping the package because it's kind of funny. Alright, to the next item. Next item is hopefully going to be fun. The EricX Light. Yeah, it says on the back, EricX Light 2 pieces, 1/2 inch, ... or DIY your own survival kit. So I'm assuming that this is a little kit that can be used to make fire, and I'm questioning if I should use it here in this room. What the hell? Okay, so that's it. So are these like meant to like strike? I don't know. They don't spark or anything. They just feel like metal. It is literally just metal. It's 2 rods with holes in them. Now, how this makes fire? I don't know. I'll look some stuff up on this, see if I can't figure something out. If I can't figure anything out, we'll be going to the next item. If I did figure out what the hell it's supposed to be used for, here it is. Alright, I'm using the green screen for this. So I found them on Amazon finally. This is the little rod right here. And if you can see right there, I had to like damage it because it says on Amazon, this is covered in a layer of paint, of protective paint that prevents them from working. So I kind of pretty poorly scratched it off, but it does the job. Now, again, it's not really the best peeling job, but we are now getting sparks, which, you know, is the reason that you would buy these. So, cool, now I have fire rods. They do the job. It took a lot of scraping with this kind of, admittedly, really beat up, not that sharp knife. Don't know why I still have this thing. It took a lot of doing this to get it to work, but I mean, it certainly delivers hot sparks. Alright, and our last item for the day. I bought a Nerf gun. Yeah, it's actually from FaZe. FaZe Clan Zuru X-Shot. So I don't know if it's actually Nerf. It might be a different brand. I don't know my Nerf gun culture. I thought it was funny because when I bought this, I don't know what the story is now, but like FaZe Clan was like shutting down, I'm pretty sure. Like, either they were, like, shutting down or something. Oh, wow, all these things are just falling out. And so I was like, oh, cool, some merchandise from a dead company. I don't know if they actually shut down or what happened there. I don't keep up with FaZe Clan. It does come with a bunch of FaZe Clan stickers, decals, I'm guessing you're supposed to put on the gun. Interesting. How are you supposed to function? Okay, I figured it out. It's interesting. I originally thought it would be like battery powered. It's not. So you actually pull this thing all the way back, then you slide this little lever down. Now you can actually load the ammo inside. I already fired one shot with this thing, and it was kind of loud and honestly concerning, as I shot it like right towards one of my monitors, and I got kind of worried there. So once that you load it through the bottom, you click this little thing to knock it up. It likes to not load all of the ones that you put in it. I don't know what the shot limit is. Once those are in, you can then slide that forward so it can knock out another one. And now it's ready to go. Now it's ready to make some loud noise. This thing is... Why does it drop a ball every time? I must be missing something. But it's got some force behind it. Oh, it doesn't have any ammo left already. Why is it dropping all of the ones out? It's like there should be a flap down here to prevent them from falling out, but there isn't. Let's try and load another shot in it. So you're supposed to rack that back first and leave it back. Slide it down, and then put the rounds in. Oh, are they supposed to go past that little tab? Maybe that was my issue. I wasn't like forcing them in far enough. So now I should be able to... And then if I... Yeah, now it doesn't drop them out. Okay, I'm gonna get footage of that for you guys. I have a green screen that is like tacked into this wall. I have rods going through the top of it, yada yada. Long story short, it's mostly taut. I don't want it super taut for multiple reasons. But there are screws all the way down the sides of it to keep it, you know, pretty tight against the wall. When I shoot it, the whole thing ripples. This thing actually has some decent power behind it. So I guess I'll leave you guys with that footage. If you liked the video, give it a like, all of that. And hopefully I'll see all of you guys next time. Goodbye for now.
Oh, there was 2 at once.
You messed it up. Shoot me! That does have a little bit of... Why is it doing that?
It's grabbing two at once.
Why is it grabbing two?
Because you wanted to shoot, you refused to shoot his master.
Yeah, like we're already out. This thing sucks. It did that before, and like it was really hard to pull the trigger. And when I pulled it, it was so much louder.
Mm-hmm.
Was this broken? Okay, no. But like it was so much louder whenever it actually pulled. It's like it had a lot more like tension behind it. Like when it actually fires, it is so strong.
Here, let me fix that.
No, that doesn't. Like, you didn't lock the trigger, did you?
No.
It's the same thing it did to me earlier.
It's because I'm shooting it. I'm a bad shot.
You should be able to knock that. This thing is just fucked.
I broke it at it.
When you're supposed to open this to like clear jams, but you can't get. Okay, no, I can get to it now. I hate this. Trash.
Hey, I shot you one.